This is the scarf that I made, and I had just learned how to arm knit, and this took me about 30 minutes at the most to make. And what I did was I just made a super long scarf using 2 strands, and this is what it looks like. And then I just wrap it. I sewed the ends together, and then you just wrap it. And it's just a really warm, comfy, chunky scarf. Alright, so first thing you're gonna want to do is, when I do a cast on, you're gonna cast on like you would normally do with needles. I'm gonna do the long tail cast on. You can do it however you want. So long tail cast on, you're gonna need a long tail, and then you're gonna make your slip knot like you normally do, and you're gonna put it on your wrist. You're gonna have to pull your sleeves up a little bit, and I will say that you don't want to do this too snug on your arm, because it's gonna have to move up your arm a bit, and it's gonna be really tight and hard to work with. So you do your slip knot, and then you're going to cast on. You're going to hold your yarn like this. You're going to go through this hole, under, so now you have that loop right there. You're going to put your hand under that strand, through there. And I'll do that again so you can see. It's kind of tricky at first, but once you get it, this is so simple. I was so excited when I learned how to do this, because you can make a scarf so fast. So let's do that again. You're going to hold your yarn. You're going to go, see how there's this hole right here? You're going to go through there, under there, and see this hole right here? You're going to go under there and through there, and pull it snug, but not too tight. Okay? See how there's it's still, kind of loose? I can move it around on my arm. So now we have 1, 2, 3 stitches. So we're going to do it again. You're going to go through there, under there. See how I'm doing that? Under and through this hole right there. And then you're going to pull it kind of tight, or not tight, but not so it's, hanging off your arm. And then we're going to do it again. And now I have 4 stitches. I'll do 6 for you guys. And I'll do an angle from behind me too, so you can see it from my point of view as if you were doing it. So you're going to hold your yarn again, and you're going to go through there, under, and through that hole. Through there, under, and through the hole. Okay, so now we have 6 stitches on our arm. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to do your slip knot. You have your tail here, and this is your working yarn. Put your hand through the slip knot like you would with a normal needle, and you're going to hold your tail in these fingers, and then you're going to wrap it around your thumb, okay? And then you're going to take your working yarn, and you're going to put it between your middle finger and your index finger. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to take your hand that has the first stitch on it, and you're going to go through that loop there, under here, and through that loop. And there's your second stitch. The slip knot counts as the first stitch, and this is your second one. And again, don't make it too snug. You want to be able to move it around on your arm. Okay, so then you're going to take the yarn and do your second, or your third stitch. And so you're going to take your hand, you're going to go through there, under, and through, and pull. Okay, there's your third stitch. Go through, and under, and through the loop. There's your fourth stitch. Don't pull it too tight, because it's going to move up your arm. And we're going to cast on our fifth stitch, and our sixth. I'm just going to do 6 for now, so that I can show you how to knit now. The next step is to start knitting. What you're going to do is you're going to hold your working yarn. Make sure your tail is out of the way. You're going to so because you want to leave a little bit so you can leave in the ends when you're done with your scarf. Hold on to the working yarn with your right hand if that's the one you've used to cast on your stitches. Hold on to your working yarn. You're going to pull that first stitch closest to your hand over your hand and your yarn. Okay, so now you're still holding on to this, now you have this loop right here. So you're going to kind of turn it and put it on your wrist, your left wrist. And then you're going to pull this kind of snug, and I'll do that again. Hold on to your working yarn, pull the stitch over, like that. So now you have this loop right here, and you're going to turn it so that this working yarn is closer to your body, and you're going to stick your hand right through there. And then pull this so that it's a little bit tighter. So now you have 2 stitches on your left hand and 4 left on your right hand. So again, you're going to hold on to that working yarn. You're going to take your next stitch, pull it over your hand, and now you have this loop here. So you're going to turn it so that your working yarn is closer to your body, and you're going to put your hand through. And then tug on the working yarn to just tighten it up just a little bit, but not too tight. Again, hold on to your working yarn. You're going to pull the next strand over your hand, the next stitch I should say, and you're holding on to that loop there. You're going to turn it and put your hand through. Once you get the hang of this, it is so simple. You're going to be so surprised how simple this is. So again, hold your working yarn in your right hand. With your left hand, grab your next stitch, pull it over your hand and your yarn that you're holding on to. You're going to turn this so that the working yarn is closer to your body, and you're going to stick your hand through. And then pull it so it's a little bit snug. And again, don't let that tail get in the way. Okay? And the last stitch on your right arm, you're going to pull it over your hand. And I'm still holding on to this, and I want you guys to see how I turn it. So this is the working yarn right here, and the loop, and you're going to turn it like that, so that it's the working yarn is closer to your body, and you're going to stick your hand through. And then you're going to pull on it just a little bit to tighten it up. And you just knitted your first row. So what you're going to do to knit, you're going to hold the working yarn in your right hand. So you're going to take your first stitch, and you're going to pull it over your hand, over your yarn, and then you're going to turn this yarn and put your arm through, put your left hand through. And then you're going to pull the working yarn so that it's just a little bit tighter. Okay? So you're going to hold that working yarn again. Oops, I'm sorry, I didn't have it in the camera. So you're going to hold on to your working yarn, pull that next stitch over, turn it, and put your hand through. And now I'm going to stop talking, and I'm just going to show you how to do it. Okay, and there's your first row. So again, you're going to hold your working yarn with your left hand this time. You're going to pull that first stitch over, and now you have this loop right here. So you're going to turn it and put it on your wrist. And just tighten this up just a little bit. Okay, so now you have your strand, your working yarn. You're going to hold it in your left hand, pull that stitch over, turn it, and put it on your wrist. Hold your working yarn with your left hand, pull that stitch over, and stick your hand through the loop. It's so easy. And you just did your second row. So this is what we have so far. I mean, you could probably make scarves in an hour. Okay, and that was your third row. See how fast it is? And then you're going to pull that so it's a little bit more snug. And this is what you have so far. And it probably doesn't look that good right now, but once you keep getting longer and longer, it'll actually start to look like something.